Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay with Epic Defensive Training, and this is an educational video on the rules of gun safety. There are two sets of rules that are generally accepted in the industry. I'm going to briefly discuss both of them today, and my hope is that you learn these rules, one set or the other, pay attention to them, and if you follow these rules all of the time, no one will ever get hurt while you're using your guns. First set of rules is put out by the NRA. These are the NRA's 3 rules of gun safety. Always keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. Now, safe direction is going to change depending on your circumstances. If you're at a shooting range, safe direction is going to be downrange. If you're at home, safe direction will vary depending on your circumstances. Pointing up may be safe, pointing down may be safe, pointing towards a specific wall, depending on your environment. Always keep the gun unloaded until ready to use. Ready to use will change on your circumstances. If you're going to the range again, ready to use means at the range at your shooting station. So when transporting your gun from your house to the range, the gun is unloaded. When you get to your shooting station, you load the gun. If you're carrying your gun for self-defense, your gun is ready to use when you leave the house, and it should be loaded. Always keep your finger off the trigger until ready to shoot. Ready to shoot means gun lined up at your target with the intention of pulling the trigger. Keep your finger high off the trigger and away from the trigger guard until you actually intend to pull the trigger. Now, the second set of gun rules is called Jeff Cooper's Rules of Gun Safety. This set is used by organizations such as United States Concealed Carry Association and other groups. They're very similar to the NRA rules, slightly different, but again, if you follow these rules, you will be safe. This first rule is treat all guns as if they are loaded. That means if you pick up a gun, someone hands you a gun, you treat it as loaded, and you observe all of the gun safety rooms until you specifically and personally confirm that it's unloaded. You rack the slide, you open the cylinder, you personally confirm the gun is unloaded if you're going to treat it as unloaded. Otherwise, you treat the gun as loaded at all times. Never point the gun at anything you are not willing to destroy. This is very similar to the NRA's first rule of keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. Keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target. This is this NRA's second rule. And then finally, for this set of rules, know your target or identify your target and what is beyond it. That means when you're shooting at a range, know what's behind the range and know what you're shooting at. Behind the range means you got a safety berm, but what's beyond that? Do you have a set of houses? Do you have people in the area? If you do have people in the area, you shouldn't be shooting there. If you're shooting in a wildlife situation, well, not wildlife, but nature situation out in the, outside somewhere where it's legal to shoot and you're shooting at a target, pay attention if there are any boulders or anything behind that are going to cause ricochets. Make sure you're shooting in a safe area and that there aren't houses or anything down the road. It is your responsibility for every bullet that leaves your gun, so you have to know what you're shooting at and know what's beyond it. So thank you for paying attention to this video. Again, gun safety is extremely important. If we all follow the rules, no one will ever get hurt.